In this nitty-gritty basics Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at I Love Mahj. I Love Mahj has a wonderful exercise room. If you've not tried it yet, when you sign up, use MAHJLIFE to get an extra week in your trial. I am an affiliate there, so if you decide to do a paid subscription, I will get a small commission. And for that, I thank you. Also, I want to say thank you to channel members, and especially I want to say thank you to our newest channel member, Terry. Welcome. I had a great time on my vacation. It was wonderful. Yes, it was exhausting though, I must say. And we used Saturday and Sunday to transition. I had to do errands on Saturday, and I used yesterday as just a relaxation. So I still don't feel quite back to normal yet, but we got to get back to normal because this is Monday, our nitty-gritty doubleheader Monday. So ready or not, here I am. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to talk about jumpstart zones. There's two versions of jump starts. The first one is today, and then we're going to do another one next week. And these are some approaches that you can use if you are feeling overwhelmed or frustrated with the game. Also, if you happen to run into losing streaks, I like to call them learning streaks, thanks to my husband who came up with that term, learning streak. It's not a losing streak, it's a learning streak. Because, well, it depends. If you look back on your experience and look for something to learn, then it's a learning streak, not a losing streak. So think of it that way. And that was based on the Nelson Mandela quote, "I never lose, I either win or learn," which is fantastic. I love that mindset. So if you keep a healthy mindset, you'll never be on another losing streak ever, because it's a learning streak. So we're going to get started with the short presentation, and then we're going to do gameplay with commentary, and I'll focus on these zones to show you that even when you approach the game in a zone, you can still have fun and you still have a lot of opportunities to win. So let's get started. I'll share my screen. Let's see here. We're going to do this one. There we go. All right. Okay, now first, do you see these faces here? Can you relate to any of these faces at all? I've had these facial expressions on my face. Every one of these have been on my face. Now, I may not show these in public, but if I'm alone and on my computer, you will see me make these faces. Now, in person, you don't want to make these kinds of faces. You want to have a poker face or a game face, I guess you could say, because we're not playing poker. So there are ways that you can minimize your feelings if you take the game in pieces, and that's what we're going to talk about. I call these jump starters because it's a way to do kind of a restart or do a new approach to the game, a fresh, like here, B, to impart fresh and renewed energy. That's really the one that resonates with me. Now, sometimes when you're just getting started, you might jump start if you're just getting started. But if you're in a losing streak, this having a fresh or renewed energy based on a new start, a jump start, that is why I called it this. In Mahjong, it's to start playing with reduced boundaries, or really narrower or shorter, is it shorter boundaries? Smaller boundaries, I guess. And the idea is that it will impart a renewed energy to the game. Hopefully it will energize you. That's the goal. I just want you to remember this quote. especially if you're just new to the game, or even if you're an intermediate player or you're trying to learn new skills and strategies and you're having a hard time. Everything is hard before it's easy. That applies to everybody. If you think about people who know how to play the game, experienced players, they all started at Go, and it was hard for them too. Some people have forgotten that it was hard. And that's why sometimes you see a little bit of snarkiness in social media, because those experienced players, or some experienced players, forget that the journey was hard. So give yourself a break. And remember, you smart cookie. This is just a little throwback to my childhood. This is Filipino talk. You smart cookie. You smart cookie. You're smart. You wouldn't be playing this game if you didn't have some smarts up here, because this is a complex game. It is not easy. It is not Go Fish. It's not Rummy. It's not Bridge. It's not chess or poker, but it is kind of a blend of those things and more on the strategic side if you play the game from a deeper level. So don't kick yourself if you're not winning, because it's a process. Like I said, American Mah Jongg is a complex game. It requires critical thinking, situational awareness, and social acuity. There's a lot going on in our minds when we play the game, and there are a lot of rules. You've got to focus on the fundamentals when you get started, and then you learn as you go. Remember to use my wiki at MAHJLIFE to help you if you run into trouble playing a game. It's free and on demand. So as long as you have an internet connection, you can access the wiki. Consider also that everyone learns differently. People have different learning styles and personalities, and people even teach the game differently. And if you learn from one instructor who has a different teaching methodology and teaching style than somebody else, you may not learn everything you need to know about the game, which is why you always want to be learning. There are a lot of YouTube videos, not just from me, but from other people who have taken to YouTube and have published videos on how to play the game. And everybody teaches from a little bit of a different perspective. So check them out. Check out everybody who's online. Read books, read blogs, join in on social media so that you can read and absorb everything that resonates with you. Now, not everything is going to resonate, though, because everyone has their own playing style, which is what we're going to talk about this afternoon in the Nitty-Gritty Prime Time. We're going to talk about game theory. So if you want to know about how to play the game at a deeper level, join us again at 3 o'clock, or no, it's at 4 to 6, where we're going to talk about game theory and playing at a deeper level. It may be a little bit overwhelming if you're a beginner, but if you're an intermediate player, consider joining us. But when you are learning this game, and even if you're on that journey to learn still, and you've not yet achieved that position of being an advanced player, just know that everybody learns differently and people teach differently. So consider those things and try not to be hard on yourself if you're having a hard time learning how to play this game. The first zone that I'm going to introduce is called the T zone. I did not make this up. I read this. I don't know who told me about this game. I don't even think I read it. I think I heard about it. The T zone. The idea is that you limit the categories that you play with in order to minimize that feeling of being overwhelmed with all the choices on the card. And you play the sections that create a T on the card. And that means that you're going to play only hands in 2, 4, 6, 8, consecutive run, 3, 6, 9, and odds. So you focus in the T zone and you play only hands in those categories. And there's a caveat to these playing in a zone, and that is that you don't want to get stuck in the zone. But before we move on and I explain how to take a phased approach, I want to do a demonstration and play it I Love Mahj in the T zone. So I'm going to stop sharing so we can go play it I Love Mahj. Let me make sure it's up. It is. Here it is. Oh, there it is. I didn't even have to reshare my screen. All right. So we're going to play a game in the T zone. That's the first zone we're going to look at. And let's see. I did say on Facebook that there are 3 ways that you can, 3 zones, I guess, that you can use. The T zone, I'm going to share another zone, and there's a third thing that you can do if you want. So let's play with robots. We'll do an official game at the intermediate level. And let me change the layout here so you can see the tiles good, better. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to get started first. So we're going to play in the T zone. We have East, West, Green, singles, 4, 6, 9, and BAMs, pair 6, 3, crack, 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, and a 6. So I see in here 3, 6, 9 for the predominant pattern, and it uses this pair of 6s. So we're going to focus on 3, 6, 9, which is in the T zone. 3, 6, 9, third panel. So some kind of 3, 6, 9, and we're not going to pick a hand. You don't need to go to the hand level until you run out of discards, and you can see we have a lot of discards. So let's break out these wins. Maybe, let's see, there are offsuit dragon hands, 4th hand down and 2nd hand from the bottom. But I think maybe we could keep that green dragon. Let's keep it for a little bit and see what happens. So we have a 1-4 West. That's a great pass. Great for us, not so much for our opponents. Let's see what we get. We got a pair of 2s now. We have no 4 or 8, so I wouldn't be tempted to switch to evens, which is also in the T zone. But with gaps, you want to take that off the table. We have no gaps with 3, 6, 9. Even though we don't know yet what hand we're playing, we have every number represented, and that's fine. So we're going to stick with 3, 6, 9. There's a pair of dragons. Let's break up the 2 and pass the 5. We have an 8, 1, 5. We can continue passing here. Let's do 5, 8 there. So we're focused on 3, 6, 9. We got a 3. And we have 3 tiles to pass. Now here we have 2 wins and a 1 crack. These wins together would be a little bit risky. So I would think about looking at the hand level now to free up a discard. And because we have no flowers and we have mixed suits, I would probably focus on the 4th hand down or maybe the 1st hand. And therefore, I would probably let the 3 BAM go. We only need 1 tile to pass safely. So I'd probably let that 3 BAM go. Really, the 3 crack would be fine too. I think it's kind of arbitrary as to which one. All right, now there's a 6 dot, so we can keep that. And we still have tiles we can pass, so we don't have to pick a hand. Okay, there's a 9. So we have a 3, 9 and cracks, 3, 6 and dots, 6, 9 and BAMs, and a pair of dragons. We have 2 tiles we know we can let go of. These are known discards. So we just need 1 more out of here. I would say probably the 9 crack. Let's see, 3, 6 dot, 6 BAM, 9, 1st hand, 2 pairs. If we get a white dragon, we could play the 4th hand down or maybe even use the jokers. Let's see. I think a 3 or a 9 would be equally risky. So let's pass. So we have a 6 and a 3. Look at all the 3, 6, 9 we have in here. 3, 6 crack, 3, 6 dot, 9 BAM. I think maybe, let's see, 3, 6, 6, 9, 6, 9. I think what I would do is pass fully, but look at this pass. 2, 3, 6 in one suit. That is super risky. That would be really risky. I don't think I would do that. I think I would keep one of these tiles, maybe the 6 crack, and let the 2, 3 go, although that's pretty risky too. Let's see here. I think I would, let's see, 3, 6, 6. We have like numbers with 6s and dragons. Maybe we could, well, no, we're staying in the T zone. All right, let's do 2. This is a little risky, which is why I'm hesitating, but it was worth it because we got a keeper. All right, we have really 2 discards and 2 hands, one with a gap, one with no gaps. No gaps for the first hand. 3, 6, 6, 9, 2 suits. And we have a gap with the 4th hand down. We need a white dragon in here. Maybe the green dragon can be joker bait, which will be a way that we can maybe get a joker in our hand. Let's see. So north, we discarded 9 crack is up. We don't want it, of course. I think we did have some potential for the concealed hand at one point, but with only 1 9 crack, and I don't think at the time we had the right 3s. Okay, so 1 dot by Agata. Here's our, oh, look what we got. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. So we can do 3 6s with dragons, 4th hand down. In this particular hand, some people think that you can use different numbers for the number tiles. For example, if we did 3.6 bam, but you can't do that. They have to be like numbers. So we have to have like numbers. Since we've got the white dragon here, let's see, I think I would let the 3s go and the 9 and focus on like numbers. And I would keep that 6 crack because we could, well, we're playing the T zone. I keep wanting to think about like numbers, second hand down. There is potential there. Let's let them go. Any like numbers is not in the T zone. So we're not going to play there. We're going to play the 4th hand down under 3, 6, 9. The whole idea with playing in the T zone is to limit your options to help reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed. So for these tiles, we're going to be able to pung the 6 dot, Kong the green dragon, or the white dragon, but not both. So we need another good pick in here. Okay, let's see. Let's let the 3 dot. I'm kind of holding on to the 3 and the 9 for that first hand, just in case. Maybe the 6 crack can go first. Part of my thinking is if somebody puts up an exposure with jokers and dragons, we could maybe do a double joker exchange and play that first hand. So I don't want to get rid of the 3 dot and the 9 bam yet. So the 6 crack will go next. Okay, now here's our first tile. And I would call for both hands, first one and 4th one down, we can pung. Okay, so now let's let the 6 crack go. All right, 8 bam. Who's throwing that? Wes. Joe threw a 7. Now this is Agata's. You can see whose turn it is with the active bar. You see the line around Agata there? We're looking for a white dragon or a green dragon. Okay, so we got skipped. Wes picked up that 4 dot. We're good there. I would discard these now. Well, we're kind of committed anyway, and we got a keeper. So we're ready to Kong both now. We have only 1 discard, and there's only 74 tiles left. So I would play to win. Play to win, even if it means exposing with jokers. We're 1 away from ready. We already have the 6 dot right here. 6 crackers out. I want to keep my eye on this east because there's a joker for grounds over there. I'm holding the 6 because it should be a very safe discard since we have a pump out. Do I need to turn my light on? Okay, we need a keeper. Oh, so we're looking for a green dragon or a white dragon. Thankfully, the red dragons have been discarded, so maybe no one else is playing a dragon hand. There's the exchange. All right, now we're ready on a white dragon or a green dragon, one or the other, double weight. We have a really good chance, and now we're going into the end game. These are fresh tiles, though, so I'm not sure if we're going to see them. We might need to draw. With a pung of east, this player to our left is not going to use dragons. The player to our right, we're not sure what they're doing yet. And of course, Joe has no exposures. There it is. Mahjong. Woohoo! Mahjong. 369, number 4 with dragons. And it looks like we did have a competitor for dragons on the left, Agata. East and west with 1-2, but they were holding on to the dragons. Not sure why. Because there is no east-west dragon. There's news with dragons. Maybe they were thinking about playing that one. All right, so let's play. Let's go back to the presentation here because I want to show you this caveat about the T-zone. So we played in the T-zone. We started out thinking about maybe evens, but then ended up in 369. And there was some potential for like numbers, but that's outside the T-zone. If you focus on the T-zone, you're only playing 2, 4, 6, 8 consecutive run, 369, and then the leg of the T is the odd category. So that is the T-zone. The caveat is that you do not want to get stuck there. You want to play in the zone until you gain confidence with those few categories. And then what you do is you add the panels based on your comfort level. So once you're confident with the T-zone, then you add the first panel. And when you're comfortable playing the T-zone plus the first panel, which would be the year, like numbers, and addition, then you would add the quint category, and so that means you would be playing the T-zone plus 2 panels. And then you finally add wins and dragons and singles and pairs, and you're playing the whole card. That's the concept. So you take a phased approach. You start with the T-zone, then you add the first panel, then the middle panel, and then the right panel. Any questions about playing in the T-zone? If anybody here is an instructor, consider teaching this to anyone who's having a hard time picking up the game, because it will help minimize that feeling of just overwhelm. Okay, so now we're going to talk about another zone. This is the V zone. This I did make up. And the reason why this is helpful is because there is a tendency for new players to play the consecutive run category too often or exclusively. If you only play the consecutive run category, the game's going to get boring. I guarantee it. So you don't want to just play consecutive run. It's a great category. I actually call it a powerhouse. It's the most powerful category on the card because of its flexibility and its the range of tiles that can be used in that category. So if you feel that you're playing consecutive run too much, consider playing the V zone, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, odds, and 3, 6, 9. So basically it's the T zone without consecutive run, and it creates a V as opposed to a T. So this would be the V zone. So now let's go back to I Love Mahj. And we're going to play another game. Oh, Wes said he used the T zone. Did you use the T zone when you first started playing? That's wonderful. I think it's a great approach because it can be really overwhelming starting this game. All right, so now we have Joker, Flower, West and South, Red Dragon, singles. In BAMs, we have 2, 4, 7, 4 BAM pair. We have 3, 5, 8 in cracks and a 6 dot. Because we have a 4 BAM here, I would say we can focus on evens, and we have each number represented, 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't look at what hand we're going to play yet. It doesn't matter when we have all these discards. And incidentally, the dragon hand corresponds. Since our pair is with a 4 BAM, we cannot use that red dragon. So I would break up the winds and pass the dragon first. And then since we have 2 cracks, I would probably let one of those go, maybe the 5. So we have West Red 5 for the first pass, and we even have a great pass prepared, South 7, 3. And we're going to gather evens. Really helped me get through the learning curve on the card. Awesome. You know what? These zones really help too when you learn the new card, not just when you're new to the game, but when the new card comes out. If you focus on the T zone or the V zone, when you first get started with the new card, that's another way to study the card with a phased approach. But don't forget to add the panels so that you're playing the whole card as you gain more and more confidence. Okay, we have an 8, so we're going to keep every even tile. We're going to keep it. We're just going to hoard, hoard, hoard. Doesn't matter what it is. We're just going to keep them all. Then when we run out of discards, that's when we pick a hand. So right now, we don't need to pick a hand. We still have discards. So we're just going to keep going. This is one way to keep the pace of the game if you're playing with experienced players, because you don't have to focus on the card at all. You don't even have to look at it. All you're doing is gathering until you run out of discards. Now here, this is where you might want to look at the card, because I would not pass like numbers. This, I think, is a very risky pass. It's almost as risky as passing a pair, in my opinion. So I would look at what I have and see if there's something I can let go of. We need one good tile to pass. I would probably pass the 2 crack, because we have an 8 crack there. We have 2, 4 in BAMs, an 8, no 6 BAM. We could maybe use the Joker for the first hand. We could do the same thing with a 6 dot, 8 dot there. We have 2, 4, 4. We have a 4 crack or 4 dot gap for the second hand down. There are a few hands we could play here, but I would not really focus on the card anymore now that we have that discard up there. So we can keep it going. Okay, so now there's another pair, and we have tiles we can pass, so we don't have to pick a hand yet. Still don't have to pick a hand. We can just pass these. That's a little bit risky, but there's risk in every pass. Okay, now there's an 8 dot. We got another keeper. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2 discards outside the category. And since we have 2 discards, we really don't need to pick a hand unless one of our tiles goes down. If we were to, for example, see a 2 BAM go down, we might call that for a pung. And I would recommend that because we do have a hand in here with no gaps now. 2, 4 BAM, 6, 8 dot. Our first hand on the right under evens. Let's see, another thing we could maybe do is play the first 1 suit hand and use the Joker for the 6. That's another thing we could do. I would probably let a 2 BAM go if it goes down, and then maybe pick it up later, because it could be a pung, which we only need 3 tiles for. So we don't need to call anything right now. I would really wait. So we have one flower, but really, I don't think it's going to be helpful because we have a pung of fours. So with a pung of fours, let's see, could we play a multiplication hand? We don't have the right two. We don't have another four. So I would say no. I would say that the two hands we should focus on are the first line and the second line. Just focus there and see what happens. Wow. Let's see, 4, 8, 8. We do have some potential for like numbers with eights. And also a 3 just came in. We could do 2, 3, 4 consecutive run. Third hand down. Let's keep it and discard the south. So we're going to keep the 3 bam for a bit and the flower. We'll see. We're in between categories now because of that 3 bam. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on flowers. Flowers are going down hard. Oh, that's our tile, but we can't call it. Okay, we don't need the 7. And I would probably just let that 3 go, but we can keep it there for a minute. Kind of hoping we get a 6 bam. Oh, there's a 6 dot. So let's let the 2 crack go, and I would let this go and the flower. And probably I would focus on 2, 4, 6, 8, leveraging the multiples. 2 bam, 4 bam, 6 dot, 8 dot, pung, pung, kong, kong, first hand on the right. And then use the 8 bam as joker bait. And joker bait would be at about 60 tiles, the middle of the game. We want to discard one and see if we can coax an exposure with a joker. That's the idea with joker bait. We're playing in the V zone. Yep. So we're doing a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. The V zone is 2, 4, 6, 8 odds and 3, 6, 9. Oh, you're right. We weren't supposed to go in consecutive run. That's the T zone. Sorry about that. Thanks for calling me out, Wes. All right. We need to draw in keepers. That could have been our tile if we played the 1 suit option. Oh, another flower. Okay, let's let the 8 go. Now, oh, there's another 3 bam. Shoot. No, I would just let that go at this point because really the only way we can use that flower now, because there are 2, 3 bams out, is to get a 5 crack. But I don't know if you remember this. We gave somebody a 5 crack in the Charleston and they kept it. The 5 crack has not been discarded yet. So somebody is keeping the 5 crack. I was thinking maybe we could do 4, 5, 6 mixed suit Kongs, third hand down on the right. But we're also playing the V zone. So I need to not play consecutive run. It's amazing how quickly you can switch hands just with one pick. You could see an opportunity to play maybe another category. But we're in the V zone. We need to stay in the zone. Okay, 4 crack. Let's let the 3 bam go. I don't think this 4 crack is going to be helpful. Let's just see what happens. We don't need a 1 crack. It looks like nobody wants flowers either. The 8 bam is joker bait. Oh, wait a minute. Look. 2, 4 bam, 4, 6 crack, 8 dot pair, second hand. So we now have some potential for the second hand down. Let's let the flower go. Looks like nobody wants flowers. So keep every tile that can be used in your category. Just keep it all. Okay, so now look at all the 2, 4, 6, 8. We have all 2, 4, 6, 8 here. We're at 54 tiles. We need to let this 8 bam go. Nobody wanted it. All right, I think I would focus on 2, 4, 6, 8, pung, pung, kong, kong. We need more keepers. There's 1 8 dot out right now. That's a pung for us. Okay, so now let's just look and see. There's a 2 crack out, 2 dots are out. This is the first 2 bam. I would commit to this hand though. So let's see. It seems like nobody wants the 2. And there's also 2 white dragons out. Let's let it go and wait for the other one because I want to be able to Kong the 6 or the 8. If those happen to go down, there's still more 2 bams. That's the first one. So let's see if we can kind of push the timeline forward a little bit to give us time to gather more tiles. Because if someone has that 2 bam, they'll nab our joker. Let's try to keep it for a little while. Okay, here, we need to call that because the 8 dot is already out. Okay, so now let's see here. Let's let the 8 bam go. Actually, I should have probably kept that 8 bam for a safe discard because we are in the end game. Okay, now these tiles here, I don't see any of these out. I should have kept that 8 bam for a safe discard. We need to swap out these tiles. Oh, there's the 5 crack. We need to let that go now. I'm shocked nobody took it. Okay, green dragon. 2 are out. So let's keep that for a little bit. Okay, so there's a pure Kong up there. Okay, now east, it seems nobody wants that, so we'll keep it. We want to hold on to safe discards. Okay, there's a Kong with 2 jokers. We got a keeper. Okay, pure pung over there. Somebody got a joker. Joe got a joker. Another 5 crack. Aha, they weren't ready for it. Okay, now here, oh shoot, we need a joker. We would need a joker either way because that 8 dot, if we let it go, or if let's say we called the 2 bam earlier, we wouldn't have been ready to call the 8. So we're really in the same place. We need a joker. Okay, so let's let the 5 dot go. 18 tiles left. We don't need a flower. Scary still to discard. Okay. Nobody's playing wins. That's a pung for us, so we're okay. Joker. Ooh, saved by the joker. Okay, call, pung. Now, we're ready to win on a 6 dot. None are out, though. Thankfully, we can win on a joker. Uh-oh. Oh, bummer. All right, so we got a wall game, but we got ready to win. Okay, now, let's see here. I want to go back to here because I just want to remind you, don't get stuck in the zone. If you're playing the V zone, add back to here, add the consecutive run category. So if you're playing the V zone, add the consecutive run category so you're playing the T zone. Then when you're comfortable with the T zone, that's when you add the first panel, then the second panel, and then finally the third panel, and you're playing the whole card. So that's the idea with the T zone and the V zone. Don't forget about the MAHJLIFE website because we've got a wiki there and there are strategy articles in there as well. And incidentally, let's see here. Let me stop sharing because I just want to also make sure that you know about the matrix. Okay, so here's the skills and strategies matrix. So this is wiki article number 210, American Mah Jongg Skills and Strategies Matrix. It's got a link to my YouTube channel and then the schedule and also a link to the glossary. And if you look down here, you can see all the topics that we cover in these nitty-gritty Mondays. This is today, the coming up column. That is today. And then you can watch the last video, which will I'll replace that link to today's video there. And you can also sometimes read an article that corresponds to the content. So jumpstart zones. Next week, we're going to talk about KISS. KISS, keep it simple with suits. That's what we're going to talk about next week. All right, we're going to play more now. We'll play more Mahjong. Okay, here we go. Just remember, look up the matrix in the wiki, and you'll find that and see all the topics that we cover. Okay, so let's see. We have a couple of jokers, a flower, east and green, white dragon, singles, 479 in bams, 4789 or 478 in cracks, and then a 9 dot. When I get a wide spread like this, I look for like numbers, and that will kind of point to my predominant pattern. So here we have 2 7s and 2 9s. 7 9, no 5, so we can't really play big odds. And we're going to open it up to the whole card now, by the way. We could maybe play 7 8 9 consecutive run. So that would show me my predominant pattern. We may even be able to do like numbers here, but we're left with east 4 4. I would not pass that. So I would let something go here. Let's see here. What would I let go of? Probably a 9. I think I would rather work with big odds or 7 8 9 of some kind. And this, by the way, is one of the best passes you can do. A wind or dragon with a little number and a big number, 2 different suits, even, odd. This is the best kind of pass you can do. Okay, so we have a pair now with the dragon, and we have tiles we can pass. A little bit risky, but we need to optimize our potential here. Maybe I would focus on, with that green dragon there, we could still maybe do consecutive runs, second hand down, or maybe like numbers with 7s. We could probably make this better by passing a 9. All right, here's an 8. We have tiles we can pass, so we're going to continue to gather. We don't need to pick a hand yet. There's a red dragon. So now we definitely want to continue. We have a 9, a 4, and at this point, I would probably focus on the dragon hand. Second hand down under wins. So I would let the 7 go. Maybe we could look for an 8 in the rest of the Charleston. Let's see. At this point, though, now with east, north, and east here, ooh, look, 7 8 9. All right. So now we technically have all keepers. We could do 7 8 9. Oops. 7 8 9. If we can get a 6 crack, we could play that second hand down, but that's a pair gap, so I probably would not do that. Probably what I would do is break up 7 8 9. That is a bit risky right there, but we have a potential hand in here with no gaps. Now we need west and south. I would call that weakness, not a gap, because we have half of news. That's a block in and of itself, and it's equivalent to a Kong, 4 tiles in a block. So we're halfway there. I would risk that. Okay, now we have 1 7 8. I would just let those go. Oh yeah, I don't think I would pass 2 9s. Let's see. I would pass 3 and probably do it like that. So we have dragons, options, second hand down, or maybe the second hand from the bottom with news. Okay, so we have now 4 discards and 2 potential hands. And of course, I would not call anything because we don't yet know what hand we're playing. We could maybe, actually, we could pung that. We could pung that, but we could also wait. I would definitely not Kong it because that would expose two jokers. I would wait. We're going to wait a minute. Let's just see what we get. We need, if we play the second hand down, we need 4 flowers. There's 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Okay, now here is where we need to make some kind of a choice. I think what I would do is Kong, because if we Kong, we could maybe still play that second hand from the bottom. So let's Kong, and we'll discard the 8. Until we get a west or a south, okay, we can let that go because we only need pungs for the second hand down. We're not ready to Kong. Okay, now there's a west. So I'm glad we waited. Well, we had to because we can't Kong. So now we just need a south, and we could maybe play that second hand from the bottom. We only need a pair of flowers as opposed to 4. We're still in between the second hand and the second hand from the bottom. We're looking for, of course, a dragon in here and another flower. We need a flower. Okay, so there's 2 out. There's the third. Why are they throwing all the flowers? 1 die. Okay, so a north and a south are out. 3 flowers are out. We have our west. We need a south. Okay, we can't do anything. So probably the red dragon will be the other Kong tile. White dragon. Awesome. So now we can, well, there are 2 white dragons out. I would wait because we're going to need a joker. We need a joker and a flower and a south. East. We don't need that. Okay. We need a south and a flower. Okay, now is this 7 dot available here? Yes. Yes, it is. East. Oh, darn. Somebody else got it. Okay, so they're playing either 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's an 8 dot out here. 4 bam. They could be playing a big odd hand, 5, 7, 7, 9, but there are 2 9 dots out. So we don't know yet if they're doing big odds or some kind of consecutive run. There's a keeper. Now, it would be better to draw a red dragon because then we can call it. Right now, we really need a joker, but we also still need a flower. We need a flower. I'm always wanting flowers. Okay, we need a flower. A south. Oh, we're in the end game, by the way. Oh, there's the red. All right, that can go. So that means we just need a joker and a flower. We got the joker. Awesome. All right, we're ready to win now on a flower. Nice. And that's a pretty hand. Ah, I thought maybe they were going to Kong. We need a flower. No joker. Flower. We need a flower. 4 more picks. Oh, okay, 3 more picks. Or really 2, I think. Look, 10 tiles left. Oh, shoot. Okay, now, since this player west on the right did not take the 7 bams for a pung, I'm going to let the 9 dot go. Okay, so they must be doing 4, 5, 6 dot, 7 dot. How many 6 dots are out? They must be doing 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my guess. We need a flower. We got it. Mahjong. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. All right. Now they were doing 4, 5, 6, 7 over there on the right. Pung, pung, kong, kong. We have 1 through 4 pung, pung, kong, kong in front of us. And on the left, we have, oh, they're ready to win. They're playing addition 2, 5, 7, ready to win on a 5 crack or a 7 crack over there. So we had 2 other front runners. Whoa, 3 front runners here, neck and neck at the race. All right, let's sort. Okay, so now, and again, we're playing the full card now. We talked, if you came in late, we talked about playing in zones, T zone, V zone, and we're opening it up to the whole card now. So we're going to leverage our multiples. We've got a pair of white dragons and a pair of 5 cracks. So whatever we play, we're going to try to use them. So there's 5 crack white dragon. What can we do there? We can do maybe something consecutive, but we wouldn't be able to use the white dragon. I think I would keep consecutive tiles. Now there is an odd hand with offsuit dragons. It would be 5, 7 crack pair, 7, 9 bam, pung pung, and then a Kong of dragons. So I think that's where I would start. I would hold that 9 bam. That, by the way, is the second hand from the bottom on the right. 1, 8, 9. That's a little bit risky. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, dragon. We could maybe mitigate the risk a little bit, but maybe discard the 6 instead of the 8, but it's so close. I think it's 6, 1 dozen the other. I will try to slow it down, Sylvie. The games are fast. They can be fast, yes. But I hope that when people see what we're focused on, that the speed won't be hard for them, because we know exactly what we need based on what we were playing. We were focused on one hand for quite a while. Okay, let's see. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe big odds, but we have no keepers in there, so we can let those go. Oh, look, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 9 bam, still no 7. So let's see here. I would let that red dragon go, and now we need to start whittling. 2, 3, 4 bam, 5, 6 in mixed suits. That's not how it works. So I think I would let the 6 dot go. That's a little bit risky right there. That's a lot risky. Oh yeah, it can go super fast. When I'm by myself, it zooms by. This, I think, is a little more risk than I'm willing to do. I would let the 2 go instead. Okay, now we have a 5 and a 6, 7. We definitely will keep going. I just don't know yet what to pass. And really it's because we have the wrong 7. We have a 7 dot, but it's not the right 7. I would probably break up the 9. We have 5 crack, 5 bam, 6, 7 in dots, 3, 4 in bams, 3, 4, 5, 5. I think I would let the 3 and the 9 go. It's still a little bit risky. We have 4, 5 bam, 6, 7 dot, but our pairs with the 5 crack and the white dragon, be nice if we can use them. Okay, now here we have 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 tiles to pass. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really not very helpful at the moment. I think I would let the 8 go. There's the 7. Now that we gave up the 9s, doggone it, we can let that 4 bam go. Maybe we'll get the 9 bam back. We still had a gap. Okay, now let's see here. We have 5, 7, 8, 9. No 6. We have 5, 6 in bams, 6, 7 in dots. I think I would focus on 5, 5, 6, 7 of some kind. Do I want to pass 8, 9 in one suit? That's a little bit risky. 5, 7. I think I would. I'm hoping we'll get the 9s back, but I doubt they would pass a pair. Okay, now here's a red dragon. So maybe we could play like numbers. Oh goodness! I hope you heal quickly, Sylvie. Okay, we're going to ignore that because we don't even know what hand we're playing yet. So now we have one of each of the dragons. You know what I would do here? I would probably try to play like numbers with dragons, second hand down, but we have a gap, no 5. And all that really means is that we just want to play conservatively until we fill that gap. Now here is a whole new story. We could play all dragons at this point. Let me just tuck these over here. There's a hand with no gaps. It's very light, but it's there. I think I would focus on 5s and let these tiles go. Focus on 5s. If we get a 5 dot, that would be ideal. We don't need wins. Looks like nobody wants wins. Okay, now here we need to make a choice. Do we pung? And I think we should. I think we should pung because we could use a pung with either the like number hand for when we get a 5 dot, if we get a 5 dot, but we could also pung for the second hand down under Winds and Dragons with the all dragon hand. So I would call it for a pung because there's already one white dragon out. So we do have one of 2 hands we could play, and we're going to commit to dragons of some kind. Pass. Maybe that could be our other pung. We need a 5 dot. 5 dot or flower. And then we can maybe use jokers. Okay, now that's interesting. How many 6s are out? Now we have 6s as an option. We have equal distance, and we actually can use the 6 bam with that, and maybe use the 6 crack would be the joker. We can just keep our options open until we get a keeper. 6 crack or 5 dot, one way or another. Oh, that's our tile. Oh, there goes the dragon. I would wait to call though. I would not call anything right now because we're in between. We're gonna need a joker, another joker at least. East. So we need a 6 crack or a 5 dot or dragons. Oh, there's our tile. 8 bam. Okay. Don't need a 2. Okay, so we have 2 pungs, 2 twos. 2 pungs of 2s. So they have to be playing like oh, no, no. Yeah, like numbers with flowers. So we should maybe the flower is going to be more and more. Oh, joker exchange. We got a joker swap. All right. So at this point, we need to make a choice between 5s or 6s. The 6 crack just went down. I think I would focus on the 6s because the 5 dot is a gap, and that would be a pair for the second hand down. So let's let the 5 go. So we'll play 6s or dragons. Second hand under winds and dragons, or like numbers with 6s and dragons. So this red dragon can go. Oh wait, we want to, the red dragon, we want to keep that for just a little while because we still have some potential for the second hand down. Now here's our 6 bam. That would be a pair for us if we're playing any like numbers number 2. So we don't want to call that. We need to Kong a 6 crack. So we're going to ignore. Okay, now 6 dot. We don't need that. That's a pair for us with a pung of white dragons there. So we really don't need that. Where are we? 40 tiles left. Let's let the 5 crack. That's our tile. So the dragons kind of went down. Dragons are a hot commodity. We really didn't have an, even though we had a hand with no gaps. Okay, there's the second 6 bam. We need the other one in here if we're going to make this work. So we were an underdog from the get-go on this one. We got the 6. Okay, so now I would let the flower go. Oh, darn. Oh, Joe got that. He had only 1 exposure, but it was very risky because this other player on the right, they would need the flowers also. So that was a bit risky of a discard, but since we got that 6 crack, it filled a gap. I was playing to win at that point. So it's all right. Here we go. Game. Okay, we have another widespread. What do you know? Joker, flower, east and west. 1 bam, 5 9. 1 2 3 4 9 in cracks. 6 dot 9 dot. So this is when I would look for like numbers. We have 1s and we have 9s. Those are both odd. 1s and 9s. We do have a run 1 through 4. And we have east and west in here. Let's see here. I think what I would do is probably keep the 9s, like numbers with 9s, and keep the 1 through 4 with east and west. And that should give us tiles to pass. So we have a couple of ways we could go. Let's let the 1 5 6 go and see what happens. Okay, so there's a multiple with the 1. We have a north, almost news. Here's the 1s, 1 1, almost news. Okay, so let's see with NEW, news. We could maybe try for the concealed hand and play like numbers with either 9s or 1s. That would require us to pass a 2 3 4. That's pretty risky. But we got to build our own hand first. Okay, no keepers. So we're going to keep it going. There's a 1. We would keep going and let the 9s go. So we're going to try to play the concealed wind hand, leveraging the 1s. Oh, you know what? We could maybe play like numbers with 1s and news under like numbers. 3rd hand. So let's pass 3 crack 8 with a 9. Okay, now we can break out these 9s. We have an extra east in there. We really don't need that, but we'll keep it for a minute. Oh, there's a pair of 9s. Oh, and a 1. Okay, awesome. We don't need the east. We can pass 3. Okay, we have 4 discards and a hand with no gaps. We need a south. That would be a weakness, but we could Kong the 1s. We need 1 good pick and we'll be ready to win. Oh, no, set. We'll be set, not ready. We're not ready yet. So we need a flower and a south. There's a flower. All we need in here is a south. That's our only weakness. Okay. So we, let's see here. We don't need the north. We're looking for a south. We need 1s to Kong. We're playing news with 1s. Joker. Okay, well, these really, I mean, we could just tuck those right in. We need a south. Oh, that's us. Call. Kong. And now we discard and we're ready to win now on a south right there. There it is. Tuck that over here. Mahjong. Woohoo! We got Mahjong. Like numbers with 1s and news. 3rd hand down under like numbers. So let's see. I think we were the front runner big time on that one. Looks like someone was going for maybe north and south or east and west with a run on top or ahead of us there. And then an odd hand to the right. They have a pung of 6s here. It would have been interesting to see what they let go of in the Charleston. Here we have 2, 4, 6, 8 and a pung of 4s. Wow. All right, next game. All right, we keep getting wins. What is up with the wins? Okay, the 4 can go. We've got 1s, 7s, and 9s. So the 6 can go. And now we just need to let something go. Let's see here. Let's let the 1 go, I guess. It's kind of arbitrary at this point. Okay, so now 1, 6 with a 2, I guess. Okay, now we have 5, 7, 9 building in here. I would focus on number tiles. 5, 7, 9 of some kind. Maybe the concealed hand. The concealed odd hand, 5, 7, 9 with 7s. And I wouldn't pass 2 wins. There's a 9. We're going to keep going. I would let these wins go. Okay, break up the 3s and pass a wind. Okay, pass the wind. Let's say with a 3 and a 6. All right, there's a 7. So let me just separate the big odds here. 5, 7, 9, probably the concealed hand. 5, 7, 9. With jokers, I would not consider that outside pair hand. There's another 9. Okay, we've got lots of options in here. And we're probably playing the concealed hand, so we're not going to be calling anything. We're in gather mode. There's a 7. Okay. So we're hoarding big odds. We've got all the 9s in here. We also have the 7s. We have only 1, 5. Oh, but look at the I think we should go ahead and commit. Let's see here. We could use that there and these over here. So 579 with sevens in the middle. We need that 7 bam in there. That's our only weakness. 7 bam. We have all the sevens. Let's see here. 5 dot, 1 is out. Let's let this dragon go. One of the things I was just thinking is we could keep the 9 dot and use the joker. The 5 dots would be the jokers, and that way we can secure the pair because we can use jokers for the other 2 sevens. So we should keep that 9 dot for a while. We can let the 9 crack go. There's the 9 dot. So we have 7 9 dot there. We could also play 5 7 bam 7 9 dot, second hand down on the right. We're actually 1 away from set on that. If we get another keeper, like a 5 bam or a 7 bam, we're in between. We could play that second hand down on the right if we get a good pick. And there would be no weakness there. Right now we have a weakness until we get a 7 bam. I would love to get a 7 bam. Keeper. 5 crack. I already got rid of the 9. Oh, okay. We need a 7 bam ideally. A 7 bam or a 5 dot, I suppose. Oh, that's our tile. We're playing concealed though. No. Oh, there goes the 5 dot. So now it would be ideal to get a 7 bam. Oh, shoot. Yep. Not surprised. Oh, 4 dot. Oh, goodness. We need keepers. We're concealed. Flower. All right, let's think about it for a minute. We do have sevens. We have sevens and nines. How many sevens are out? Let's see. There's a 9 bam. I don't see any. Oh, here's a 7 right here. 7 crack. And there's a 9 bam, 9 crack. Let's go ahead and let the 9 crack go. Okay, so the 5 dots are all down. Let's see. All right, now that would be for the concealed hand, 5 7 9 concealed. We still have potential for 5 7 bam 7 9 dot pung pung kong kong. And depending on how we draw, we might switch. We could maybe use this flower for like numbers with sevens is the other option. We'll just have to keep an eye on sevens. But the 9 dots can go. So really these sevens are keepers for sure. And we could maybe play the concealed hand or like numbers with sevens with flowers. Oh, too bad. I was hoping someone would use that. Oh my goodness, look at that. We have another. I'm kind of thinking we should play like numbers with sevens with all these jokers. 28 tiles remaining. Let's see here. We could Kong, Pung, Pung. I would wait. How many flowers are out? One. There's only one flower out. We'd have to call with 2 jokers, so I would ignore that. All right, let's reassess here because we could still, no, I would not switch. We're going to ignore it. West. Oh my goodness, this has been a bit agonizing, really. Oh, where are the sevens? Who's got sevens? Oh my gosh, 18 tiles. We're going to let it go. A 1. Oh, a 4. 2 picks left. 2 picks left, and our tiles are going down. Flowers are going down. We've got jokers, but I don't want to expose jokers in the end game. We have way too many discards to win, and we only have 2 more picks. So that means we need to just fold, even though this would have been a really nice hand. That's sad. Ignore. Nobody wants West. Oh, somebody's playing to win up there. Okay, so nobody wants 9, 5 man. Of course, the Joker would be good too. Okay, wall game. Everybody wins. Everybody wins, and everybody was a contender, I guess. All right, next game. Okay, now we have a pair of 5s. That's the only pair we have, but it is in range with our predominant pattern here. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 8 is a little outside the range, and so is the 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6 of some kind, oops, is what I would focus on around this 5 crack. There's a 3. So we have 3, 5, maybe a big odd hand. Here's 2, 3. We've got 2 7s over here. No 9 though. So we have 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 3, 6. 3 crack pair with a 5. 3, 5. If we could get flowers, we could maybe try for a multiplication. Let's focus on little odds. Let's see if we can do a little odd. Oh, that's nice. We just got 4s. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. We've got a hand in here now. 4th hand down under consecutive run. No gaps, no worries. We're in. Here's 2, 3, 4 option. We should continue and pick a way to go here. Here's 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. I would let the 2 go with a dragon. Another 5, and we got a 2. Okay, so let's let the dragon go. A 2 and a 3. We need single pair Kong, single pair Kong. 4th hand down under consecutive run. No keepers. Well, there's a 2. Maybe we'll get the 2 dot, but we have a 5 crack pung. I would leverage that. Okay, so we have a weakness with our 4 crack. That's it. Well, no, that's not true. We need to build our 5 dot. We've got 4 discards and a hand with no gaps. 4th hand down, single pair Kong, double run. 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for a 4 crack. I would keep every number in the range regardless. We do have some potential for like numbers with 5s and dragons in here. We have 1 discard before we have to pick a hand. There's another 5. We could do like numbers with 5s and dragons. Use the 4 dot as joker bait. We don't need the 2 crack. No, dragons are going down. We're looking for a 4 crack. If a 5 crack goes down, we could calm. Okay, so here's an interesting, I would let these dragons go. We have almost all 3 through 6 in here. 5, 6, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5. You know what we could do? We could maybe do the concealed hand now that we got that 6 bam. 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. That's our tile. We need to pair. Oh, there's the second one. So we need that 4 crack. Uh-oh. Okay. 5s. Oh. Joker swap. Oh, over here, Wes. Nope, we're not ready. Joker. Okay, the 4 crack is a big weakness in here. Okay, now, no, we don't need that. I was thinking we could maybe do 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, but we don't have a 6 crack for the concealed hand. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. We're better off with 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. We'll let the 5 bam go. Oh, East is already out in a pung. Okay, we need to draw that 4 crack. Oh, let's see here. 1, 3, 3, 5. 1, 3 dot, 3, 5 crack. All right, so much for the joker bait there. That is a hitter. Oh, and there goes our 5 dot. We need that for a Kong. If we do 3, 4, 5, single pair Kong. Okay, now there's an interesting tile, maybe. Oh, we already let the 5 go. Let's see, we have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 4. You know what we have now? 4 dot, 5 crack, 6 bam mixed suit Kongs. Third hand down now that we have that flower. That probably is the best choice, unless we draw a 4 crack. Well, and the 5 dot is all out. 5 dot, how many are out? 2. We would need 2 jokers there. We have only 1. Oh, we don't need that. I think I would let this 1 dot go. Oh, darn. Somebody won north and south with consecutive Kongs. All right, let's play again. So we have flowers and dragons. Well, that kind of makes the choice easy, doesn't it? With dragons and 2 flowers, our options are second hand down under winds and dragons or second hand from the bottom. Let's do one of each suit here. Dragon. Let's see here. Oh, I do not want to, let's see here. Trying to mitigate risk with these passes here. Okay, 3, 8, 6. That's not too bad. Oh, keeper. Winds with dragons, second hand from the bottom. We can keep going. We even have tiles we can pass. Okay, no keepers. Maybe throw in the 3 there. We need a north and a south. No keepers. That's not a bad pass. Okay, so we have 4 discards and a hand with no gaps. So second hand from the bottom, news with dragons. Just kind of worked out that way, I guess. If we get a white dragon, we could maybe try for the second hand down. That would be a gap, so I wouldn't think about it too much. We could maybe Kong one of these. So we're looking for north, south. There's a joker. Joker for grabs. Okay. Ooh, 5, 7. They're on the warpath. Okay, so we've got 4 through 5. Let's let the 4s go. I try to discard your tiles early. All right, well, now we know what they're playing. Big time. They need 7 bam. That's our, oh, we want that. We want that. We need north and south. Joker exchange. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we are ready to Kong those. We need north and south. Let's see here. What we could consider is using the jokers for maybe the white dragon and do the all dragon hand. Because right now we have weakness. We only have half of news. Until we get a north or south, I would play conservatively. Maybe Kong 1, like this, Kong. Because we could use that for the second hand from the bottom or the second hand down. Okay, so we need a north or a south. We're good there. Okay, and I would not, we could maybe exchange that. Let's take it. Because we could still call for a pair. And now we can use the jokers to help us get that white dragon and not worry about north and south. There's one of each out and they're not going down. That means I think somebody might be playing wins. Someone other than us. Okay, so at the moment there's 4 flowers. We just need to keep an eye on flowers. Okay. I would probably play the dragon hand at this point. We can pung the red, pung the white. We need one more good pick for the flower. Dragon. Okay, so I would definitely let these wins go. So it looks like nobody is playing north and south. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to let the wins go. If a white dragon goes down right now, we can pung. So now that's a little risky, I know. We're still in the middle game by 2 picks. We need a good pick in here to get ready. We got it. Okay, ready on a flower. Or a joker exchange. There's 2 jokers up for grabs. 3 jokers. This is 8 bam out. 3 jokers up for grabs. 8 bam, white dragon, and the 9 bam. And the player on our left does not need flowers. We're in the end game. Oh, uh-oh. Here it is. They're not ready. They needed that 7 bam. Okay, 4 more picks. That's a pung for us. So, oh, somebody got it. Doggone. They're playing multiplication. But look, we have a beautiful hand. Not quite quick enough, though. The player on our right was ready. We were ready. Player on our left was 1 away. They're playing a gap hand. Okay, so we had a contender and another 2 front runner, 3 front runners. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We have another wide spread. Flower, north, 5, 6, 8, 9 in bams, 1, 5 in cracks, 2, 4, 5, 7 in dots. This is when I look for like numbers. We have 5s. We have all the 5s. And that's it. So like numbers with 5s is where I would start, but then I would hold supporting tiles for another option. 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. I probably would keep the north for maybe like numbers with 5s and news, and I would just start there. We can pass 1, 9, 2. Okay, no keepers there. Let's do, let's see here. 8, 9, 4, 5, 5, 7. I don't think I want to pass a 1, 2. A 1, 2 is kind of risky. Let's do 7. Let's see. Let's do 2, 2, 7, 9. Okay, there's a 6. There's a dragon. I don't know if that's very helpful. We can't keep it all. Let's see. We have 4, 5, 6 all around. I would probably let the dragon go. Okay, now we have same. Okay, let's do 1, 9, 8. We're looking at 4, 5, 6 of some kind. There's our first multiple. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. I would probably let the north go at this point. Let's see. Yep, no, we could keep the north. Let's let this 3 go. So 4, 5, 6 or like numbers with 6s. Okay, we do not need that dragon. Here's a 7. We have 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 4 through 7. Or like numbers with 6s. 4, 5, 6 in dots, like numbers with 6s and news. The 7 bam is really not helpful at the moment. Okay, there's a 7 and an 8. I would think I would let the north go at this point. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 through 8. We've got 5s. 5, 6. 3 tiles. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6 bam, 5 crack. Here. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 tiles there. 5, 6, 5, 6. I think I would ask for 2. Okay, 8. We paired up our 8. 5 through 8 in there. 3 really is not helpful at all. 5 through 8 probably is what I would focus on. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8 with flowers. All right, let's let the 5 crack go. Oh, nope. We don't know what hand we're playing yet. I would not call that. I don't think. If we were to call it maybe for the second hand from the bottom on the right, pung, pung, kong, kong, we would only need a pung of 5. So we can let that go. It's the first one. Joker. 5, 6, bam. Okay, now's when I would probably consider Kong. I would Kong because we could play the one suit Kong hand, third one down, or we could play the one suit Pung Pung Kong Kong hand. 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's let the 5. Let's see. Let's let the 4 dot go. So now it's all a matter at the moment of the flower, really. If a 5 dot goes down or a 6 or even a 7 for that matter, you could maybe call. So let's just wait and see. So we're looking at the third hand down under consecutive run or the second hand from the bottom on the left, one suit. We're in between. Okay, we're looking for 5, 6, 7. All right, now here we need to make a choice. With either hand, we need to Kong. So I would. We have no gaps for both hands. I would Kong, and then I would discard here. Probably what I would do is play the Pung Pung Kong Kong hand because this flower is a weakness. Even though the 5 dot is also a weakness, we can use jokers. Can't use jokers for a pair. Oh, good. Joker exchange. We're ready to win on that tile. Mahjong. Woohoo! That was a turnaround. That was a quick turnaround there. 5, 6, 7, 8, pung, pung, kong, kong. That was exciting, actually. Let's see here. We have 3 through 6 with the dragon pair, joker bait there. East and west with a mess. Over here on the right, dragons with news. I'm thinking everybody was in a tough spot on that one. We were the clear front runner on that one. Okay, so now we have the potential for a quint with no jokers. Since this is nitty-gritty basics, we're not going to do it. If I were playing by myself, I would try for a quint with no jokers. I would do the second quint south, 4 crack 1 dot, but we're not going to do that here. We're going to do north and south with a run, maybe. We're going to leverage the 4 crack. Oops, we don't need that 1 bam. 3, 4, 5 north and south. We could maybe do news concealed with 1s. Let's just start there and let the 2, 7, 9 go. Oh, there's another 1. Okay, so there's 6 and 9. Now we have to make a choice. We could still do north and south with a run if we give up one of these 1s. Let's just let a 1 go. Okay, there's another north, and we have tiles we can pass, so now we need to make a choice. Since we have no east-west, which is what we would need for that concealed hand under winds, I would go for north and south with a run. It's really weak, though. We need keepers. Okay, so we're going to continue. 1, let's say, oh, we have an option now. We could do north and news with 4s. There's a west. We could still do both. We can do both. Oh, look, there's an option. I would pass 2. We have options. We've got lots of options. We can pass 2. Wow, that was a nice turn around there too. So we're looking at either the 5th hand down under Winds and Dragons, north and south with a run, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, north and south, or we could do the concealed hand with 4s, like numbers with 4s. One is the news concealed hand. We can't, of course, call. We have to draw. There's a flower. So I suppose we could maybe do news with 4s, like numbers, 3rd hand down under like numbers. I don't think so though. Ooh, Joker. Now I would not call for the north if it goes down. If a south goes down, I would calm, because we could maybe play the 4th hand down under Winds and Dragons if the run doesn't come in. Right now, we need at least one more pair in here before I would commit to that 5th hand down. We need at least one of the pairs. You want to try to get all but one pair in your hand before you commit if you're playing a hand with multiple pairs, because you could find yourself painted in a corner if you're not careful with pairs. We're not calling anything. No. 4 crack. Okay, so that kind of points me to the concealed hand. Okay, we need a 4 dot. Now, if we have a 4 bam, we could potentially have a 4 dot. Well, we don't need that. So ideally, we'll get a 3 or a 5 crack. I think that is what we're closest to. We could still play like numbers with 4s and news. We would have to use the joker for the 4 crack. So at the moment, we have no discards. So whatever keeper we get, that's going to tell us what to play. Let the tiles drive the hand here. Joker. So I think we should let the pairs go. We need to let that one north and south with a run paired. We need to let those go. I would probably focus on the concealed hand. If you look at it this way, we're 2 away from ready if we get an east. We still have potential for the, let's see here, like numbers with 4s. We need a pair of flowers though. Let's just see what we get. We have 1 discard before we have to pick it. North. So that seals the deal for me. I would play news concealed, and we're 1 away from ready. I would let the flower go. Okay, now what we need in here is a 4 dot or a south. Joker will do. East will do. Okay, dragons. I don't see any green dragons out yet. That's our tile, but we're concealed. Oh, darn. Mahjong. Stinker. All right, we could squeeze in 1 more game. So we have 1s and 5s. Well, those are both little odds. Ones and 5s. So I would keep all the little odds. Little odds of some kind. There are no, oh, look, we have like numbers with 5s though. Let's start here. We could do like numbers with 5s or little odds. We got 3s. So now we choose. Let's see. I think I would let the west go. We have a 1. Okay, we could let these go. So we're working with all number tiles now. Let's see here, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. I was thinking about the offsuit dragon hand, second hand from the bottom. 1, 3. We would need a white dragon, not a green dragon. A 3. Okay, now, all right, here we go. This is where we have to make some choices. We have 1, 3, 5, and then 2 discards, like numbers. 1, 3, 5. I'm thinking 1, 3, 3, 5, 1, 3, 3, 5, concealed, or the second hand down. 1, 3, bam, 3, 5, crack. To pass safely. Oh, where are we? Oh my goodness, this is a tough one. 1, 3, 5, concealed. 1, 3, 3, 5. I wish we had white dragons. 5, bam, or 5, crack. 5, bam. Either way, we're going to pass like numbers. I think we're going to do it anyway. This is painful. And if I were to get this pass, I would probably fall out of my chair. Okay, no keepers. All right, so I think that was worth it. 1, 3, 5. We have no flowers, so I would let that dragon go. We have 1, 3, bam, 3, 5, crack, or 1, 3, 5 with 3s in the middle. Oops, we need that. The 1 crack can probably go. 1, 3, 5, bam with 3s in the 3s, pungs of 3s. Or we could do 1, 3, bam, 3, 5, crack, and let the singles go. There's a 3, bam. We have 2 discards. I would pass 2. No keepers. So we have 2 discards in 2 hands with no gaps. Second hand down under odds, or the concealed hand, little odds. We're good there. So maybe the 5 crack can be joker bait. We've got our pair, so jokers can be used for the 3s. Flower. We don't need a flower. Nope. Oh, that we're concealed for that 3.
No. 2 big. 6. 2.
Oh, that's good. Nobody took the 6. We don't need a red. If we get a white dragon, we could maybe play that second hand from the bottom. Oh, they're out. Never mind. Okay, all these 6s are going down, so I don't feel bad now about that pass. That risky pass. Oh, that was terrible. The 6s are going down hard. Okay, we're concealed there. We're still in between. Second hand down on the left under odds, or the concealed hand. Now here's where we need to make a choice. This is the first 3 bam. We could pung. I would let this go and see if the next one comes down. We could maybe pung and play the second hand down. Since the 5 bams are down, I would go ahead and commit to that. And then if a 3 bam goes down, we can pung, because the 5 bams are all going down. Well, two are down. We would need 2 jokers. So let's see now. Hold on. We could switch. No, I wouldn't switch. I was thinking we could switch to 1, 3, 5 and cracks, but no, I don't think so. Okay. We need 3 crack. Joker will do. That's a pung for us. Pong, pong, kong, kong. Yeah, that 5 bams were all going down. We need 135 little odds. We're at 29 tiles remaining, so we're in the end game. There's a keeper. Okay, so we need another good keeper here. We still have 2 discards. There's a keeper. We're set. We have 4 more picks. Keeper, ready to win on a 3 or a 5. Pong, pong, kong, kong, second hand down under odds. We did it! Mahjong. Woohoo! We got Mahjong on Pong, pong, kong, kong. Awesome. Okay, we can maybe squeeze in one more hand, but I got to step away for just a second. I will be right back. So, super quick break, and we'll play one more game. I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Well, thank you for the kudos on that hand. Let's squeeze in one more. Speed round. Okay, we have 5s and 8s. Target multiples. Target multiples. 5, 8. So what can we do with a 5, 8? Consecutive run. 5, 6, 7, 8. We might be able to do a big odd hand and let the 8s go. And we have tiles we can pass, but that is risky. Let's see here. I would mitigate that risk and let a wind go. Right here, 1, 3 west. Okay, so there's a 7. And we have tiles we can pass. Let's see here. Yeah, I would do that. Okay, now there's a 9. Here's a 6. 3 can go. So now we have 5 through 9, but we have only 1 6. So I think big odds is a better choice here. So I would let the consecutive filler tiles go. I would focus on odds. So let's do, keep going. 8, 1 with a 3, let's say. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, like numbers. That's crazy. Craziness. Okay, so let's see here. Not many odds were going around there. We have a new multiple here with a 6 crack, but without a 6 bam, that really is not helpful. We can keep it though, because we have tiles we can pass. There's a 9. All right, so now we have 5, 7, 9, and 1 suit with a 7, 9, and a 5. We have 3 tiles we can pass, and I would just break that 6 up. Because joker bait, it's way too early for joker bait at the moment. 5, 7, 9 was 7s. 5, 7, 9. We're going to do it. This was a tough one. There's a 1 bam. Maybe we can keep it. Okay, so those are discards. And we'll just keep the 5, 7, 9. We'll see how it develops and gather. We're an underdog on this one. Okay, let's see here. Actually, you know what? Look at that 8. Oh my gosh. Let's let this 5 crack go. I would love to get a 6 bam. Or a 3 bam. Ooh, 1 bam. Oh, it'd be nice to get a 3 bam now. Okay, so we have 2 discards here before we really have to pick a hand. 5, 7, 9. 5, 7, 7, 9. Oh, man. This is a tough one. Nobody wanted the 6. A 4. All right. It's pretty.
6 crack. 5 crack.
Really doesn't do anything for our hand, though.
5
Not without a 6.
6 crack.
Okay, we let the 5 crack go. We did just pick up a 7. Oh, 3 bam. That's what we need. Oh, no. Hey, look what just came in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 through 9. That is fantastic. We can use the 1 bam as joker beat. And we can play 5 through 9. Don't need north. Ooh, exchange. Exchange incoming. Thank you. Okay. So now that 4 bam can go. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to pair the 6 or the 8 really before we commit. But we could pung the 5 and Kong the 7, one or the other, but probably not both. We need a 6 bam or an 8 bam in here.
1, 3, 1.
No, we don't need that. Oh man, they snuck up on us. Stinker. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pong, 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 pong. All right. That's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are new to the game and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the options on that card, watch the beginning of this video because there's some options in there that can help minimize that feeling, minimize anxiety, let's say. We'll just call it what it is. This is a high anxiety game at times. It's complex and it is one of the hardest versions to learn. But once you get through the learning curve, it's the easiest one to play, in my opinion. One of the easiest. So the journey is well worth the effort. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Moderators, thank you very much for helping monitor chat And thank you for watching my videos, for all of those who watch my videos and sharing about my channel. Thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. And let's see, is there anything? I always feel like I have something I need to share, but I can't think of anything. I think I'm still in transition from vacation. My mind is not quite with it here. You're welcome. Yep, we'll be back in an hour. The next live stream will be at 4 o'clock, and we're going to talk about game theory. And basically, at a high level, we're not going to go super deep into theory per se, but we're going to talk about how to play the game at a deeper level by leveraging situational awareness and social acuity. And of course, critical thinking is always in there because it's Mahjong, and that's what the game is based on. It's a very complex game, which is why we keep coming back for more. So if anybody has any questions, let me know real quick. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and sign off. Okay. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.